Coming through.
Hi there. My name is Curtis Reese, and this is a warm opening to the show today.
I should get royalties for that.
You should. Don't talk because it's gonna go to you. Okay. So, hi. Thanks for the show and 3, 2, 1. Thanks for coming today. I have a unique pickleball player, professional player, as well as a former standout tennis player for the Pearce Mustangs. Correct, Mundo?
Yep.
Okay. And I actually met her decades ago on accident at the Jewish Community Center while I was teaching, about to go to Southeastern Oklahoma. And I don't want to say that she's an awesome student. Her name is Jill.
Bel Ya.
Belyea. Jill Belyea. What's up, Jill Belyea?
Thanks for having me out. Good to see you again.
Tell us about your hat.
25 years later.
Yeah.
This is a shout out to Jill Braverman and the Dallas Pickleball Club. So we were coming back from the Austin PPA tournament, and we're asked to drive Jill home, and we find out we're both Jewish. We're both Jilly Bees, and she's making a return to the pickleball pro scene. So I had to represent.
So you came back from the Austin Open, right?
Correct.
Cool.
Just got back here.
I believe you tell us how that went real quick.
It went well. It was one of those tournaments. My original mixed doubles partner just had a baby, can't travel, and I stumbled upon an ex-pro tennis player who agreed to play mixed with me.
What's his name again?
Andrew Painter.
Paints.
And then, unfortunately, I had to play with him after he came off a rolling victory with Kevin Mark in 5-0-19 plus. So he was reveling in his first gold medal amateur tournament.
Nice.
And we're playing the older division at 35 plus, but we were able to bring home gold, so didn't disappoint.
And it's called the Dallas Pickleball Club. That's right, the MLP club.
Well, we are not, but Brandon French, Jillian Braverman play for Mark Cuban's team, and Dave Fleming's their GM, and they're playing right now today in
Dave
the
Fleming
semifinals.
from the show?
Yep.
They came in the show? Okay.
Correct.
We'll
Watch them tonight, 5:30.
On YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube.
Awesome.
Or look up Major League Pickleball.
We're going to do this. I had a moment with Jill a little bit ago over there. It's about 5 seconds, and we vaguely remember going crossing paths, but the point is, let's get this crap started. So this is Jill.
Bel Ya.
Hey. Okay, Jill Belyea. I got it. I'll get it right.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
You can call me Lieberman, my maiden name, if it makes
Jill
you feel better.
Liebs. So what else is funny about us? Where's your actual office at?
Oh, it was really funny. So he had JD Dixon here, who I've met through pickleball. Don't know him probably well enough to know that he should know where I work. And he was on the pod 2 weeks ago, and he sends me this address because we're supposed to be pickling after your show. And I show it to my husband. I'm like, dude, why does this guy know where I work? Is he a creeper?
You thinking about me?
About JD.
Oh, JD.
Because I'm like, why does he know where I work? So I text JD, dude, why do you know where I work? And he's like, no, this is where Curtis's pod is. So sorry, JD, that I had these unnormal thoughts about you, but I was a little concerned. I do work on the floor right below you for my day job.
God.
So small world.
She stalking JD. I don't know what to tell you, man. So tell us. We'll go with the pickleball way. Tell us about how, what, why, when, and how you did all the pickleball from your.
I mean, it kind of is now the conventional story and the fact that tennis players have moved over, but I guess maybe when I made it was a little atypical. Grew up playing tennis and soccer, so I was the original AL, I have to say. Tore my ACL and gave up soccer. Then played. I was a member of the University of Texas tennis team, and the day I graduated, I said I'd never touch a racket again. Had some kids, have a 16 and 14-year-old son, hadn't done anything active for myself pretty much. Well, I played sand volleyball until I got pregnant, and then got vetoed from that group. I guess they didn't think I could die for balls anymore.
Stupid kids.
So in COVID, all of a sudden, walking with my teenage boy, see 2 courts at a senior living center, decide to go play with them. They're pretty athletic. One's a tennis player, one's a baseball player, and some elderlies got my number after that. I started playing regularly with the 75, 80-year-olds. And stumbled against this girl, Carla, who tragically passed away last year of cancer, but she identified me and said, you have too much talent to be out here. Let me hook you up with a TCD team. You need to start playing a little more serious. Joined a TCD team, even though I had a full-time job, just to get in with the practices. Didn't really compete. And then from there, pretty much the rest is history. Met a few other high-level tennis players making the climb over, and never looked back, and love it way more than I ever loved tennis.
This is kind of cool because we'll go off cuff here, but this is this is a good story because I know her and I know of Jill for a while around the scene with tennis back when we were kids, and it's cool to see that we have so many that's homegrown that we hear about that transition over to pickleball. But you played at high level at UT, so I guess instead of the generic term of people saying that, and I'm not saying anything mean about you or anybody that does that, but how do you feel like thinking about all the tennis you went through, and why is it so addicting to play at the professional level versus tennis? Or does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's one of those things. I was kind of an atypical tennis story. I was an all-around athlete. I think my dad identified that we're Jewish. So my brother was athletic, but never going to get above 5'8". And at that time, you're not going to become an athlete if you're 5'8". So he poured everything into me. And I played all sports. I was competitive in soccer all the way up, played nationally. Played volleyball and basketball until I had to quit in high school to make decisions. I always craved the team environment. And so, to be honest, I was ready to hang up tennis until high school tennis came along. I got super fortunate. The JJ Pearce, I mean, it's very rare that
you guys were a powerhouse. In
top
the 90s.
6 guys were all top 10 in the state of Texas, 3 top girls. So I fell in love with the team environment, agreed that I could continue in college because you embrace that. But I never loved that tennis was a single sport. So, like, to me, the day I quit, I used it to get a job. I was in the business honors program at UT. I knew I could get into sports marketing if I had good grades and played at UT. So, for me, the transition wasn't as hard. And I didn't ever reach the success of, like you said, Andrew Painter, or someone who's won at a professional level. And even at UT, we were national champions when I went in.
Yes.
I was not given a full ride. Those girls were, like, living at Bolletary, never
Was
played
Craig Carden
sports.
there when you were there or no?
I don't
Who's the
believe
coach?
so.
Who's the coach there?
Oh, Jeff Moore was our coach.
Jeff Moore. Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Keep going.
So, I mean, to me, it was a kind of an indigenous thing. That's what I love about pickleball. Doubles is where it lies. I mean, I played a few tournaments in singles. That's naturally where you're going to be better. But I love that you don't have to be quiet. You can be really extroverted. You can taunt your opponents. You mingle. You meet people. You're not, like, looking at people only as your opponent. And it just fit my personality significantly better than tennis. I mean,
that's cool to hear.
In tennis, I was interviewed. I'll never forget. We went to Boca for my first nationals, and the Dallas Morning News interviewed me, like, what are your ambitions? I'm like, I would never want to play this sport past college. And my dad's heart broke instantly, thought I'd get disowned, but I mean, now it's in writing. Like, there was never that aspiration that I liked the lonely tennis life. So.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But you take that two-way backhand on the pickleball court, and it's insane. So it works.
I love it that's what it is. You like to see. I was different because I didn't like messing up and letting other people down. That's part of ADHD, which is what I have. That's obviously everybody should listen to the show knows it's not a joke. It's true. But I liked if I screwed up, my parents were like, "It's on you, man. Don't go try and blame other people. Don't point." So I think it's great that you liked it as like now the pickleball environment now is. It is calmer. And I can't wait to be able to play more and more. I just can't. But I get it. I understand. Like saying you and I played, it wouldn't be like, bitch, you suck, or get a nice shot, loser. You know, it'd be like, we'd be serious. But then at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you got to work on this. You got to work on that, you know.
And just prefacing you, if you ever decide to play with me, it's a weight loss plan. You can ask Russ or Paints. Like, I pretty much sit in my alley, wait for my two-handed backhand, and you cover 90% court. So just be prepared in advance to ever agreeing to step on the court if you are a male body. Gender doubles, I'll cover 50%.
I am so not going to play with her. Yeah. No, I will. That's going to be fun. It's
but
a challenge.
I'm telling you, it works. And I only win gold in mixed. Women's is another story. I feel bad for those partners. But mixed, it's like play with me, guarantee gold. But you do all the work, and I just sit there and put my 2E backhand away.
So here's the thing. So that leads me kind of the next question is, so you said you have a two-hander. Is there any paddle, any company you prefer, or do you use the same paddle, or do you like? Remember, you switch. I always had number 1, 2, 3, 4 rackets. Never 1 and 4 because you were fucked if you used the number 4, right? So anyway, do you different
for me?
brand
well, so I met my mixed doubles partner Russ Patrick. Like someone set us up. I don't know. I'm pretty sure my friend Mary didn't want me to poach on her partner because we played a tournament and introduced me. But we never looked back, and I feel like we've both kind of prided ourselves on not going to the highest, newest carbon paddles. We were kind of egotistical, like we're creating our own power. So I kind of find it funny that both of us within the last month have actually stepped up. So I was playing with the original Engaged. I was given a Pro Light when I started by someone. It cracked. They stopped making that version. And I went to an old Engaged paddle. And I was buying them off eBay. He was buying his head paddles off eBay. Like, they were not even made, but we were winning with them. And now I just switched to the Yola solely because I had 2 given to me by wonderful pickleball friends, and they were in my bag.
You can say their names you want.
Well, Todd Jones gave me a Yola pickleball paddle, and so did Paints. And so I was like, I got 2 of them. Let's try it. I liked them.
Is it okay?
So it's the Hyperion, the original Ben Johns.
Nice.
Which is kind of funny because I'm a big Riley Newman fan, and I actually got to see him on the court like a week ago. He was warming up for Austin PPA. Got to play a game with him, but the first thing he told me, he's like, "Don't you ever bring a Ben Johns paddle on the court with me again." I was like, "Oh, I promise, I'm your biggest fan." Because I'm totally Team Riley, but I got called out.
Who called you out?
Riley Newman.
Ooh.
So, but we did win our game 11-1.
Well, that makes it. But the first what's the first cast? What? The first stone has been cast.
Yeah, I know. I told him, "Hey, give me a game of sponsorship. I'll switch paddles today."
I think we can get you.
But it was funny that was literally the first thing he noticed when I walked on the court was my paddle.
We're all, when you walk on a court, you're going to look, of all of us racket sports, especially if you played college.
Yeah.
You are taught you have a knack for finding strings, grips. What, waiting on that racket? And that's what you're going to do now.
Well, especially because he's supposedly number 2 in the world and Ben's number 1. He's going for that. So it was a funny story.
So do you do anything outside of your full-time job with pickleball, or just play tournaments and get better?
I mean, I'm fortunate. I love my job. I'm a corporate event planner.
Totally cool.
Heading to the Masters next week for 10 days. Oh, God. And so I'm fortunate. I love it. But, I mean, I play pickleball compared to other people.
Good.
Not so much because I have 2 teenage boys, a husband that travels for work, and a full-time job. But whenever I can find a court, I do. Well,
so I was just asking for our fans or our future, current, and new pickleball professionals, players, in case they want to meet you. Some people ask. I've had emails about, do they do a small camp or private clinics? I don't know. So point is, no. So
yeah, you don't want to follow my. I'm telling you, for some reason, I'm able to put pop on that ball, but you don't want my style or.
So you said your favorite. So rank your the events you play: singles, first, second, third. What's first?
Mixed doubles is by far my favorite, probably because I'm the best at it.
I believe that. I believe that.
I'm a very power player.
Okay.
So then I'd put women's. I just need to get better at it.
Any shout out to any of your
Melissa Pedroza, sorry that I never bring gold home for you, and I only bring it home for mixed, but I'm going to get better there. So, and then singles I love, but I've only played 2 tournaments, and one was my very first tournament 3 weeks in. I lost in the finals to Jenna Hessert, who's now a top 20. Split with her, and I'll never forget. She came up to me after the match. She said, if you actually came to the net ever, you'd maybe win, but trying to battle me from the baseline is not going to work. She competes nationally in CrossFit Games, and she is like 20 years younger than me, and I thought I was going to battle her from the baseline. But somehow, now that she's a top pro, my duper keeps going up because it's my only loss.
Oh, okay.
And then Mid-South last year, I decided it was on a Sunday. So women's singles is usually early in the week, which puts me at jeopardy of being bad at doubles because I don't recover at 46 very well. And so it was a Sunday, and I got a triple crown, so that was pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
And now I'm just hanging up the shoes.
Walk away on top.
Yeah, walk away, let my duper raise because my only loss is to someone on the rise.
Confirm to our listeners what the duper is so they know what that means.
So if you happen to be a tennis player, it's kind of like the UTR. They're trying to reposition the ranking system to where it takes into consideration your losses, your point differentials, because it's really hard when tournaments are all regionalized. Like who's playing in Chicago versus Texas versus Arizona, and you're playing different opponents. How do you really categorize winning a tournament? And it's not like people enter their division. A lot of like 3-5s, 1 or 4 or 5 to challenge themselves. So I think they're trying to make it more accurate, and that's what the PPA is going to use for seeding. Right now, it's super inflated me. Yeah. They don't take into account age and gender yet, I don't think. And so the fact that I'm beating 5-0s that are older than 19 pluses. So, but I'll take it. Yeah. My duper keeps raising. I don't even play tournaments. It's awesome.
If you're at top of the class or damn near you, that's the only way Jill rolls. That's all there is to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. So real quick, when you and I were here in Texas, when I was playing, they didn't have champ super. It was either top 128 or you weren't. What was it when you were playing? Was it the same thing?
What do you mean?
You were qualified in the state?
Oh.
You were or you weren't qualified? Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah. And there was like, you mean for tennis?
Yeah, for tennis.
Yeah, and then there was the championship super champ.
And Masters in like Wichita Falls.
Wichita, I always got heat stroke. Dude, it was like notorious that I would get heat stroke. And then you talked about Jill Belyea. Julie Drinkwater, if she's watching it.
Yeah.
I just remember I was always ranked above her, and I did good in every tournament. And then freaking sectionals would come at Wichita Falls. She'd make it to the finals and just skip me because it counted like 5 times as much. And I was like, Julie, this is insane. One tournament. But she rose to the occasion of that tournament.
She was quiet, man. She was a quiet killer. She was quiet when she played.
Yeah, we were the exact opposite. We were yin
I know.
games.
I think we played it. Anyway, point is, okay, well, good. So now, thus far, tell us. We're still talking about pickleball. Tell us about so far. What's your favorite story that you have, or favorite place to play, or whatever?
Probably my favorite story just happened because I'm super extrovert. I didn't understand pickleball. There was like all these levels. And I was going, my dad has a condo in Boca.
Nice.
And I was heading out there. I'm like, oh, this is like the mecca of pickleball.
Yeah.
Does anyone know anyone I can contact? And I see this guy, Scott Golden. You should. And so I just message
A former
him.
guest of the show.
Okay, Golden Boy Pickleball. Like, I didn't know you don't just reach out to like a commentator pro. So I'm like, hey, I'm coming to Boca. You want to get me in some private games? And he's like, who are you? How'd you get my name? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I just saw that you live there. And he's like, well, what's your credentials? Told him I play college tennis. So he was willing to try me to come to his country club. It was this great country club. And play with him. So I took actually one lesson with him, and they had me play with members. And I guess I did well enough that he invited me to this Friendsgiving event that was only for 5-0 and above players. And Anna Bright was there.
Really?
And
Nice.
I got to play doubles with her, and I came back, mark my word, anyone you talk to, I said, that girl is going to be number 1 in the world. She's insanely good. And a month later, she's entered pro. But then what's funnier is then Scott asked me to play a tournament. We decided to play. It was my first 5-0 tournament. I went to Boca. We made it to the finals and lost to Ryler DeHart and Megan Fudge.
That was you.
And
Oh, God.
literally, best shot of my life. I get a Ryler DeHart overhead at the kitchen line, and I counter it and win the point. And, dude, he was a legit tennis player.
Oh, yeah.
And now he's a legit pickleball pro. He has no clue that I lived for that one moment, but that was the best. And then Scott Golden probably remembers of that, is that we were up 10-9, game 1. And they hit a lob on my little 5'3" frame.
Yeah.
And I go all in. I'm hitting this winner. I'm going to win game 1 against these people that go pro a month later, and I whiff it.
Yes.
And everyone watches his live
Everybody
stream.
go, ooh.
So literally, everyone watches the live stream. My phone is blowing up from all my Dallas friends. They have just put that little image of that video on rewind. Ask Michael Harrison. So they send it to me periodically.
I want that
how's this
video.
feel? Yeah.
Send that video to Curtis. We'll show the show.
That was my best moment for sure. A, it was my first 5-0 tournament. B, I got to play an ex-tennis pro, and now they're top pros. And then I did get to play doubles with Anna Bright, even though she has no clue.
She'll remember you, man. I doubt that. Oh, God. That's tough to beat. Riley DeHart and Riley. God.
It was great. I mean,
that can't beat that. And Golden. You're calling Scott
well,
Golden
and I
like
said,
you just
why
act
are
like
you
your
in the
buddies?
35-plus division? And they're like, we tried to enter 19. Because literally, I think Megan or Ryler, whichever one's younger, had just turned 30. Like, they just qualified for 30. And the 19-plus was full. So, I should have maybe gotten gold. But it was fun to play them. And as I said, my duper keeps raising because I got 2 games. I lost them 11, 9, 12, 10 and different times. I'm like, keep going, duper.
We may have a show, a little small segment called Jill's Jam when she plays a tournament. I don't know. It's who's the thought?
The lob has become very prevalent against me. I'm not going to lie.
Go back and watch. I don't know how many episodes ago. I forgot. But I say my favorite shot is the lob, and it is. It is. I love it.
Well, and I'm 5'3", so it's a super easy shot to do on me in women's. And I will only
Not because
partner.
of that. Not because
I
of
will
that.
only partner with a man that's over 6'3" that can cover my.
That's
lob.
the secret.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Now I get it. Okay. All right. So, what's your favorite shot so far? You have a favorite shot? I already told you mine. Mine's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
lob.
my swinging backhand overhead
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
Oh, you doing that? Yeah.
Is by far my favorite, or my backhand drive down the line to pop it up.
Oh wow.
But I finally am mastering the ATP, so that's fun. I mean, because forever as a tennis person, I kind of would look to just roll it over the net. I'd be like, look how fast I am. And then it opens the whole court. Everyone's like, that's not a good shot, Jill. I'm like, but did you see me get that? It's like, but the shot was around the post.
Sad thing is, I remember. It's funny since you say acting like a kid.
Yeah.
All right. So you like the down the line return. You like the overhead backhand. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
All right, so now tell us about your story, your family. If you're from here, kind of remind where you went to college, so people kind of know who you are,
Yep.
or where you're from, and all that.
Grew up here. I mean, I was born in Chicago. Parents raised me because it was too cold. Went to JJ Pearce. Literally,
Very
we
good.
could walk there. Well, we probably couldn't walk there, but someone in shape better than me could walk there. Went to University of Texas, and then after that, moved to San Francisco. Loved it. Realized I would never be able to raise a family there. So came back, worked for the Dallas Stars. Great job. That's where I met Kay, my boss now. She hired me away when she signed a deal with the NFL.
So you know Julie Dobbs' husband works for the Stars, right?
What's his name? Because it was a long time ago.
Oh.
Do you know Carla Rosenberg worked there with? We overlapped for like a year.
I don't know. Ren?
I don't know.
He doesn't know. Well, he doesn't
I might have. I worked there right before the strike.
Okay.
And then that's when Kay was signing a deal with the NFL to
Okay.
do Super Bowl packages.
Okay.
Met my husband while I was kind of with the Ranger Stars. He was an ex-baseball player.
Sweet.
Moved here. I have a 14 and 16-year-old. One's a baseball player. One's a tennis player.
my,
Tells you enough about who influences which child.
my kids don't do any of that. They do basketball.
Really?
My oldest son is.
You remember
6'3".
I'm Jewish, right? I'm Jewish. We
Oh,
don't play
yeah.
basketball.
I didn't say
There's
that.
only certain
I didn't say that,
sports.
so don't start that. Don't pull that card with me.
I'm just saying, besides Julian Edelman, I mean, I don't even know if there's an
Julian
NBA
Edelman.
basketball player, but we really stay
What
towards
about
like
Gabe
baseball.
Kapler now? He's tall. Gabe the Babe Kapler? Come on.
Yeah, but he plays baseball.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I'm not
baseball has, quite a few Jewish prodigies. He doesn't have to grow past 6 foot.
All right, fine. Well, anyway, okay, enough of that talk. Well, she's from Dallas, and you said you have
Yeah.
a sister here or brother here?
I have a brother that lives here and a sister. They both live closer to the office, like North Dallas. And I have my mom's still here. She lives in Frisco Lake, so I get to
Nice.
use those pickleball courts
Nice, dude.
sometimes.
Nice.
And then my dad's halfway here and half in Boca.
Oh,
Can't
cool.
decide if he's retired or not. So it just depends what month you catch him on.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool. So what we'll do now is we're going to go to the our next segment, which is called In the Kitchen. And if you read this, I like to ask people what their favorite, what they're jamming to at their band or their music right now. I like to give my example because you can kind of think whatever you want. Because some people don't read the run sheets. I know you did.
Yeah, I did not read that part.
I'm trying to give you props. You're making it so hard. But anyway, so right now I was listening to Rage Against the Machine,
Okay.
Battle of Los Angeles. Great album. You like that album? You ever Rage Against the Machine?
No, that sounds grungy.
We're 2 years apart.
I'm just telling you, we play on Sunday mornings, Chicken and Pickle.
Okay.
And you can ask Pains next time he's on here or
What is it?
Corey. And they love this grungy crap. And I'm like, dude, I do not want to listen to this to get me pumped for pickleball.
I'm talking about you, not me.
I
Go.
know. So what I listen to
Taylor
is-
Swift.
I'm going next Friday night. I'm going. I'm so excited.
That was a joke.
I don't have daughters. I thought I'd never get to go to a Taylor Swift concert, and I get to go next Sunday night. I love me some Britney Spears, Usher, Justin Timberlake. Sorry.
Okay.
I know. I'm still cool, but not like music-wise. For you.
It's okay. You know what? I don't judge in the show. It's off the show. You're fucked, but I don't judge you on the show. I like that choice. So, favorite movie or binge series? You're gonna laugh at this, but we're going back to Game of Thrones, even though it's the worst ending in the world. But we try to push it out of our minds.
You watch all the other ones?
No, I haven't seen those yet.
So my husband is pretty convinced that he doesn't know why he's married to me because I've never watched Games of Thrones and Games of Thrones. Favorite show ever. Like he's watched it 20 times just to see the differences. Yellowstone I don't watch and The Office. And those are like he's convinced are the 3 best shows ever and I haven't watched them. So, I mean, just because I was athletic and gave him athletic kids, he keeps me around.
Yeah, whatever. Shut up.
And I'm willing to work. But mine, I mean, obviously you got to like Ted Lasso.
I haven't seen that yet. Okay, I gotta watch Ted Lasso. I have not
Oh.
seen. I know. Okay.
It is.
That's why I like to do
that's
this.
the good PC. Like I can say that in case anyone I work with watches. But I mean, I'm an avid love Shameless. We just watch Sex Life.
I haven't seen Shameless either.
Sex Education's great.
Okay.
Like I like more comedy or like trashy reality shows.
Trashy reality shows. I love that you heard it first here from
But you do need to watch Ted Lasso. Morning show's good too.
the morning show.
Yep.
And then favorite movie of all time.
Favorite movie of all
My,
time.
I'm gonna say Tron today. Tron's one of my favorite movies of all time. I have so many of them in the '80s, but
Oh,
it was Goonies a few weeks back. But Tron was one of my favorite ones.
Goonies is good. And my kids watch it, so that's like it's like
Oh, yeah.
ageless. But I don't know if that's my favorite. I mean, I love The Notebook.
Okay.
It's a good movie. I don't know favorite of all time. I like The Dog's Purpose. I'm really into dogs.
The Dog's Purpose.
It was good. I like things that will make me cry because then I can be upbeat in real life. Like I don't know.
Did you see that one dog movie? That's I guess animation kind of, and it's real serious. It's like Dog Island or something like that. Oh man.
No, but the fact that you said animation and real serious in the same sentence
No.
makes me a little worried about
Well, it's
you.
about dogs. It's about dogs. I certainly watched it.
I mean, Where the Red Fern Grows was my favorite movie growing up.
Okay, now
Hands
you
down.
just killed the deal. So anyway, it was sad. Yeah. Okay, fine.
Really sad.
Oh wow.
I like Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Does that give me a little better props?
Yeah,
no?
you did.
Okay.
So what's your favorite podcast? I'm addicted.
Oh, yours, of course.
Oh fuck me! Don't say that.
I'm just kidding. Okay, before Pickleball, I mean, I loved Serial when it came out. Like, that was really good.
Was it cereal?
Serial, SER.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
That was really addicting. But post Pickleball, I mean, I love the James Ignatowicz pod.
I gotta start listening.
He's just really good. And then, so that's probably my favorite. It's newer.
I'm listening to Smartless.
Okay. I don't have a lot of drives. Now that I only work in the office 1 to 2 days a week.
They're funny. I just listened to they had Eugene Levy on talking about the old SNL versus the Second City SCTV. It was really awesome. It's Jason Bateman,
I love Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and what's his name? Coughs, deep voice, Will Arnett.
Okay.
You know if you saw him, but anyway.
I probably would like it, but I should like pods because I hate reading. So pods seems like what I should do.
Yep.
But
okay, favorite sports teams. Let's go. Whatever.
well, obviously Longhorns tonight. Everyone tune in.
There we
Let's
go.
go. I
There
just
we
had my
go.
husband. He's in Vegas for a men's, March Madness trip. Just put money on UT. So let's go. Dallas Mavericks. I was a ball girl growing up.
Who are you? Oh, that's right.
The CFO of my select soccer team was my select soccer team coach was the CFO of the Mavs. So I got to be a ball girl. And Alex English was really mean to me on the Denver Nuggets, and I'll never forget it. So I'm a loyal Dallas Mavericks. I do love the Cowboys, but my husband's from Seattle, so the rest of my family are not. They're Seahawks fans. So.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. So you said I have 2 dogs. My favorite pets. You have favorite pets?
Of course.
Okay.
I have 2 Goldens.
2 Goldens?
Yep. One's named Tex. We adopted him, so he had his name. And then the other one's Rafi, after Nadal.
Uh-huh. We have a Labradoodle. Don't get mad at us.
You
Labradoodle.
just don't like the hair.
His name's Chief. No, he didn't shed.
That's what I mean. That's why you got it.
Well,
because
also
you wanted
allergies.
a golden.
Allergies. And for us, and then we got Havanese, small little.
Do they get along, the big and
Yeah, they're just two. They wear each other out.
Our friend that I just stayed with in Austin, she has a rabbit, and this rabbit plays with her golden doodle, and it's like legit.
A rabbit? Oh,
yes.
this is okay.
Like it's a bunny rabbit,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it plays with the golden doodle, and it's so fun. Like this rabbit should have a leash. It's fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's the rabbit's name? Thumper?
Rabbit.
It's Rabbit.
Let's go rabbit.
Whatever. Okay, what's one thing that's funny about you that nobody knows? That would make you unique, that they would be like, what the fuck? Mine is I'm addicted to Ren and Stimpy. It's one of my favorite all time.
what?
Ren and Stimpy.
What's Red and Stimpy?
You never saw that cartoon?
The show?
Yeah, back in the early '90s.
Oh.
Oh man,
I don't know.
podcast went bad.
Yeah, it did go bad, especially because I'm
We need
kind
to
of
get rid of this podcast.
I'm not
Let's
sure what
delete
people
it.
don't know about
Delete
me.
it.
I don't know. I don't have anything interesting people don't know about me.
Okay.
But I do listen to Chicago or Air Supply to go to sleep. So that's kind of anti what I typically
Air Supply in
exude.
Chicago to go to sleep. That's a good one. That's pretty good. There's one of my favorite ones is thus far is they like to go Walmart watching after 11 p.m. to 12 p.m. and stay there for a couple hours.
And just people watch.
Yeah.
My dream job when I retire is definitely to be a barista. Because
Really?
like the people watching
Oh, yeah.
is so fun.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I did say in my wedding vows, if I have to work full time for the rest of my life, I get to go to Starbucks every day because just the joy I get watching people in the coffee shop.
That's a pretty cool little unique thing right there. There's a two nice things we got.
So my whole salary goes to Starbucks. It's great.
Okay, listen to this. Okay, this is what I call my your facts versus my facts. You didn't bring any, but fact number 1: pickleball was invented in 1965 by 3 fathers from Bainbridge Island, Washington, to entertain their kids: Joel Pritchard, Bill Bell, and Barney McCallum. All right. The second thing is confirm this, people. Listen, this is very important. Despite the name, pickleball has nothing to do with actual pickles. Some claim that the name pickleball came from Pritchard's Cocker Spaniel, whose name was Pickles. However, the family dog, who made his debut 2 years after they made the sport, did not get the name from the game.
It is true, but if you go to any pickleball tournament, they have pickle juice there because cramping is like
I
a
believe
real thing.
That was when we were kids. I drank that same thing. I know
Yeah.
that.
So I do think
It's named after Crew, the pickle
you
crew.
got to always have pickle juice.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Number 3, pickleball is almost equally as popular among men and women, with 53% of players being male and 47% being female. And I think that's probably 50-50. That might be a year old. But anyway, I think that's great. Those are my 3 facts.
That's awesome.
I'm just plugging shit. So if someone ever shows up and has 3 facts that they bring and they're better, then they get a prize.
I think for your next one, you should look at the average age of pickleball because I bet you it's drastically different.
I believe
you.
you.
You know what I mean? Like last year was probably like 50 something, and now it's probably skewed into the 30s maybe.
I believe it. I believe it.
That's your homework for your next pod because I won't have a fact.
I will do that.
Here.
Okay, well, you're right below us. We could do a show on Thursday and come down and do. I can walk in with a phone and interview you.
Yeah, that's true. We could do like on the air 5-minute segments.
All right, so let's wrap up here. So, if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, like to play a tournament with, or something like that means, or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe they want pickleball lessons from you for their daughter, some high end play. Who knows? How would they get in touch with you?
I know who they should do. So I don't do that, but Andrew Painter would. I'm just
Shut
kidding.
the hell up.
And his spinner. No, honestly, since I have a full-time job, you're more than welcome to look me up on Facebook or whatever. Message me. Sure. I would love to get you in groups. I live in the Frisco area, so that's kind of our groups are there.
I'll clarify to play a tournament with you if they're good enough. How have they get in touch with you for that? Not for you to do anything.
I'm telling you, you don't want to play with me unless you have 30 pounds to shed.
It's
just like a whole thing. And ask Frenchie. I'm known for hitting out balls.
Okay.
It's a really bad thing.
That's that 2 hand backhand you got. Well, I can be reached at curtis@reesebracketsports.com. CURTIS & REESCRACKETSPORTS.com. COM. And if you're looking for a sponsor package, you're looking to come on the show, or you have something to offer, that's how you get in touch with me. Otherwise, thank you for joining me and my guest, Jill Belyea.
Bel Ya.
Bel Ya. God,
and he was the spelling bee champ. I could tell by you rehearsing your email address. Spelling bee champ over here.
Whatever, dude. Anyway, stop me. Anyway, take some time to check out the other shows here on our vocal umbrella. We have a lot of fun things to look at, and be in a good mood or bad mood, you'll find something you like. And that's it. Jill, you got anything else?
Nope. Everyone have a good Friday. Watch the Longhorns tonight.
Yes.
And Dallas
Pickleball Club. Yep. Take it easy. See you guys. Bye. Thank you.
Coming through.